Welcome back to another As the Crow Flies adventure. Today we're out at East Fork State Park. Gonna do a little backpacking today. I got my brother with me,
Hey.
Steve. This is his first time backpacking. We're gonna do the backpacker loop, which is 16 miles. We're starting right over here. Gonna make our way up about 4 miles-ish till we reach campsite 1, which we're gonna bypass. And we're gonna go to campsite 2, which is right down this way. See, all the way down here at the bottom. That's where we're headed. That's about 8 miles. And we're gonna make the 8-mile trek back up the loop and back here to the trailhead. Let's get going. You can see by this tree up here, there's a few different color blazes we're gonna be following. The yellow blaze is for the mountain biking trail, and the blue blaze is the Buckeye Trail, which the backpacking trail connects with at certain points. The backpacking blazes are red, so as long as we keep seeing blue and red and a little bit of yellow, we'll know we're going in the right direction. It's the first time here at the park, so we're gonna kind of figure it out as we go. I hear it's well marked though, so we shouldn't have any issues. All right, we made it to our first intersection. Look at this tree. It's got a bunch of different blazes on it. Looking at the sign here, the backpacking trail continues off here to the right. So that's which way we're gonna go. Looks like we got our first creek crossing here. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna try to do it holding the camera. We'll see how this goes. Easy peasy. Oh yeah. You can see here we made it up from the creek. We're on top of this ridge. So already putting in a little elevation. Nothing too crazy yet. So far it's been pretty smooth. I hope not.
Well, the trail goes, but
Steve's brave. I don't know, I'm gonna take my chances going around. That's all I need is to like snap my ankle on the first mile or two of the trip. Still close enough to the car though. Yeah, this is just beautiful hiking weather. It's probably in the upper 40s. I got a t-shirt and like a wool undershirt on. I feel great. Steve's got a puffy on. He'll probably be taking that off at some point.
yeah, I'm sweating a little bit.
I brought a puffy for the campsite and possibly to use when we go to bed, because I've never camped in any temperatures below probably the 50s. So this is my first cold weather camping experience. I definitely packed a little more weight clothing wise just to make myself more comfortable if I do get cold at night. So it's interesting to see how the 0-degree sleeping bag holds up and how warm we are tonight. A little rickety.
Yeah, a little bouncy.
There's a lot of different colors on that tree. Pretty well marked though. Started coming across a couple of these black things. First I thought they were bird feeders. Steve thinks it might be a deer feeder. There is hunting certain areas of the park, I believe. I don't know. Well, we're about 3 weeks probably too late for a lot of the color change with the foliage, but we still get to see some cool pops of color like this. Some of these plants and trees still hanging on. All right, making it out of the woods. We got a street crossing here. You see the lake down there. Looks like the trail continues on the other side. You know, some people took it upon themselves to deface this tree with graffiti. Not cool, guys, not cool. Get some nice views on this ridge of the lake. It's getting a little chilly now.
I really want to swing on that.
Go for it.
Should I?
It'll make for an entertaining video.
We'll see how sturdy it is.
All right. If you do it, you gotta do the Tarzan noise. Oh! That was awesome. Yeah,
That was a little intimidating.
yeah, we at least know they can hold about 200 pounds. I have my doubts. All right, we've made it to the sign here. Camp 2, which is where we're staying at tonight, is 4 miles away, so we are halfway through. We're gonna take a little break right here, get some grub. There's also a campsite here, Camp 1. It's a half mile that way. We still got legs, so we're gonna go to Camp 2 after we get a snack. Beef jerky is usually my go-to for a quick little snack on the trail. Not a huge fan of Jack Link's, but I got this as a gift, so can't turn down free jerky. All right, after our quick little pit stop, on to Camp 2. I think we're supposed to go straight where Steve's going. Yep, I see blue blazes. We were walking in right here. It looks like there's a little primitive campsite someone made. It says on the trail guide that we're supposed to only camp at the designated sites. That's why we're going to Camp 2. But man, this is pretty much right on the trail. But look at that view. Alright. Keep going. Probably about 2 miles away at this point. Feeling pretty good so far. The pack feels a lot lighter than it did on the AT trip. I managed to shave off about 10 pounds. You learn your lesson when you overpack. So I made sure not to make that mistake again. Since we're walking right along the lake, we can see a lot of stuff that's kind of washed up when the lake's been up. This right here, I don't know if it was a refrigerator. Looks like it might have been. A lot of debris in this area. We decided to take a little break right here. We're 1.5 miles from Camp 2. We're making really good time. Still got plenty of daylight, so we got a little time to kill. Just gonna take a little break. Well, this trail for the most part has been relatively flat, but I'd say the last mile and a half we had to go towards our campsite has been the hardest so far. Oh wow, look at this. Is it a pine tree? Not sure what kind of tree it is. That's cool looking. This last mile and a half stretch was pretty tiring. A lot of elevation. Guess they saved the best for last. Should be getting to camp shortly, maybe quarter mile. All right, Camp 2 this way. Almost there. We made it. Camp 2. Where we're gonna call home for the night. It's like someone left us some wood too. Definitely appreciate that. We do have shelters here. We brought tents, so we're gonna probably set up maybe over here somewhere. Looks like we're the first people here. And judging by the time, we might be the only people here. All right, we're gonna take a little break and then we're gonna get set up. Trying to get this fire going. All right, getting dinner going. Finally got the fire going there. It took a minute. I got the ReadyWise chicken teriyaki and rice. Never tried this brand before. We'll see how it is. Steve has the, that looks good, man. Chicken Alfredo.
We're gonna hope so.
Alright, looks like the water's boiling. We got the water in. Doesn't look very appetizing, but let this sit for about 10 minutes. I should have a nice meal. Yeah, I don't think I had it open wide enough at first. Oh yeah.
Gourmet in 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes. You should have some nice chicken Alfredo. Just like Grandma made it.
Yeah.
First impressions.
It's actually really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peak makes some good meals.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of their meals, but this chicken Alfredo pasta is banging.
Good morning. It's the next day. I think the overwhelming consensus was that it was cold last night. Steve, how'd you sleep?
Like crap. And it was cold.
Yeah, it got down to what do you say, 28 degrees or something like that. I was actually pretty warm most of the night. There were a few times though I had to put on a few layers to keep warm, but overall it wasn't as bad as I thought. So now we're gonna get some breakfast, get packed up, hit the trail. All right, we got something to eat, broke down camp. We're heading back. We're gonna take a different way back than we did on the way in. We're gonna take the perimeter trail. Should shave off about 3 miles of the 8 we were supposed to do. So judging how we're both feeling this morning and how cold it is, it's probably a good idea to shave off a few miles if we can. So the trail we're on now is called the World Walker Perimeter Trail. It basically goes around all of East Fork Lake. It was named after a guy named Steve Newman, who in the 80s, I'm not sure about all the details, but they said he walked around the world. I don't know how you walk across the oceans, but I'm sure there's a caveat to him, but he was called the World Walker.
It was Jesus in disguise.
He was Jesus in disguise. He could walk on water. Amazing. Steve Newman, what an amazing man.
Yep.
But I will say, this World Walker Trail, they should change the name to Thorn Walker, because this is not nearly as well maintained as the Buckeye Trail. Muddy, tons of these little thorns, these little thorn bushes all over the trail. It's been quite an adventure so far, but if we're shaving off 3 miles by doing it, I'll take it. It's like we took a wrong turn a couple hundred yards back. We're walking down this old road. I don't know if it's like an old access road, but we should be able to meet up with the trail up here to the right. So hopefully we find it and get back on track. Well, we made it. We found it again. Back on the trail. Yeah, it doesn't help that this trail, the green blaze they use is almost like a camouflage green. So for someone like me who's colorblind, it's nearly impossible to see. Luckily, Steve was able to spot where to get back on the trail. All right, we have 1 mile to go on the World Walker Trail. We're back to the parking lot.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we're definitely moving at a faster pace today. Just trying to get it over with. We're both a little sore. Steve had only hiked about 2 or 3 miles at one time before this trip. Did 8 yesterday. It was probably more like 10 to be honest. I think the signage is wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. There's no way it was a mile and a half.
And then we put in about 5 today. Thankful to cut off that 3 miles, but we did sacrifice the views. There's really nothing to see on this stretch of the trail. We're just basically walking through the woods. No lake views or anything like that, but it was worth it. All right, we're out of the woods, making our way back up the trail road. Parking lot's up here straight ahead.
The pond is a little frozen over.
Yeah, it is. There's a little bit of ice on the pond. All right, that does it for our backpacking adventure here at East Fork State Park. It was a pretty good trip. We put in about 14 miles. So what'd you think, Steve? Your first backpacking trip ever?
It went pretty good. It was a little cold at night, but it was fun. It would have been more fun if it was a little warmer, like I said, but it was good.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool doing winter camping since either of us have never done it before. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this adventure. I'll see you in the next video.